checked out. All right. Thank you for your patience.
I don't think I'm loading that.
Even when we were trying to download it. What? It's because their Cam has Alright, but you two gotta remind me to all tap. Yes. What's up? Okay. Yes. We're good. We just got alright, we'll get her up right now. How you doing? Do you want to click through your slides and see if it's all good? Yeah. And we're gonna test your slides out.
Alright, perfect.
Perfect. Awesome. Now let's get yours up. What's your idea? We allowed them to send cameras, and then we're like, oh, we don't know how to upload the PowerPoint. Thank God. It worked out for you. Okay. Hopefully it's not essential, right?
No, they're not.
Okay. Alright, well I'm sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
Alright, Professor, we're good to go. Almost. Okay, good.
Well, it's not with us, right? It's not with us. I'll go faster. Which one of these? Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. So let's see, what does this say? Ladies and gentlemen, student finalists, Stillman students, faculty, distinguished alumni, and judges. Good afternoon and welcome to the 10th annual Pirates Pitch Competition for high school students. I'm Mark Schild. I'm an Associate Dean, Stillman School of Business, and I'm honored to be a part of this today. Let's see, you're going to see the best of our nation's high school students as they pitch their innovative and creative faculty startup ideas to a distinguished panel of faculty and entrepreneur judges as they compete for over $50,000 in scholarships and cash prizes. Both Dr. Joyce Strouser, Dean of the school, and Dr. Katia Pastorini, Provost of Seton Hall, send you their very best wishes and regards. Dean Strouser is in Texas at her niece's wedding, and I spoke with her early this morning. She was very sad not to be here. Our student finalists started their journey to Seton Hall University Stillman School of Business today by submitting an essay or short video which described an innovative product or service that they wish to create or have already created. Their submissions were selected from a total of 225 applications, 20 states, and 6 foreign countries. You are amazing young people, and we are honored to host you in our event this afternoon. You are talented, passionate, and demonstrate the can-do entrepreneurial spirit that we need more than ever to help the world solve the many challenges that we face. I wish you all good luck. And now, please let me introduce the folks who have the hardest job of the afternoon, our judges. Dr. Elizabeth McCrae, Associate Professor of Management and Entrepreneurship. Victor Gomez, an alum 2017, manager of our Seton Hall esports teams, an accomplished alumnus who has been instrumental to the founding, creation, and growth of the university's gaming sector club and the current esports program at Seton Hall. Two-time Big East League of Legends champion, two-time Rocket League champion. Kadeen Dennis, senior consultant, EY. Kadeen studied finance and marketing at the Stillman School and was an active member of our entrepreneurship program. Rosemary Stanchuk, the 2018 first place winner in the Pirates Pitch for High School Students competition. She's a graduate from 23 and the end of this year, 24. And Rosemary is not only serving as a judge today, but she is also our guest speaker. Rosemary will share her journey with you from a high school senior who ran a cake pop baking business, I've had them, they're delicious, to graduating last May with a BS in biology and a minor in psychology. This coming May, she will complete her MBA at the Stillman School with a concentration in business analytics. Rosemary, come on up.
Thank you, Dean Schild. Okay, everyone, welcome to Seton Hall University. First and foremost, congratulations on making it to the top 10 finalists of the Pirates Pitch competition. This is an incredible achievement and you should be immensely proud of yourselves. The competition was fierce and you've distinguished yourselves as the best among many talented contenders. My name is Rosemary Stanchuk and I will be receiving my MBA here at Seton Hall University next month. I also earned my bachelor's degree from Seton Hall in 2023. My journey at Seton Hall began much like yours today. As a high school student with a budding business, I was eager to find opportunities to raise awareness and seek mentorship on how to scale my business for sustainable and profitable growth. What started as a small side hustle making cake pops for my friends' small birthday parties quickly grew into something much bigger. Soon, I was creating sweet treats for baby showers, engagement parties, corporate events, communions, sweet 16s, weddings, and more. My business, Fresh Baked Rosie, is dedicated to crafting cake pops and other exquisite desserts that add a personal and memorable touch to someone's special day. When I arrived at Seton Hall for the Pirates Pitch competition, I was a bundle of nerves. I was so anxious that I made my poor mom wait outside the auditorium during my presentation because I was terrified of disappointing her. To make matters worse, I had accidentally spilled coffee all over my white shirt on the way here. Thankfully, I had a blazer on so I could button it up to hide the mess. Needless to say, it was a chaotic start to an unforgettable day. This does not mean you can make your parents wait outside when you guys present. Don't get any ideas. So as I stepped onto this stage, my anxious thoughts began to fade. Looking over at Professor Sherrick and the judges, I could feel their encouragement and support radiating toward me. In that moment, a newfound sense of confidence washed over me, something I had never experienced before. This competition, even before any accolades were awarded, became a defining moment for me. It was then I realized that the Seton Hall community was one I wanted to be a part of for life. I felt completely at home in an environment where I knew I could thrive. Without hesitation, I applied and accepted my offer to the university. Since then, I've earned my bachelor's degree here, I'll complete my master's next month, and I love Seton Hall so much that I'm certain I'll be back to pursue another graduate degree in the future. My brother is currently a sophomore here at Seton Hall, and my sister will be starting here next semester as well. The supportive professors and close-knit community are what truly set this university apart. Every professor I've had has taken the time to get to know me personally and tailored their support to suit my unique learning style. I'm especially grateful to Professor Sherrick and the incredible opportunity to participate in the Pirates Pitch competition back in 2018. That experience was a turning point for me and has played a significant role in shaping my academic and professional future. With that, I wish you all the best of luck. Stay calm, have fun, and remember, us judges, we're all here to support you. You've got this.
Thank you, Rosemary. That was awesome. And I have to say, I'm Susan Sherrick. You probably know me. Our center runs the contest. This is the 10th year of our contest. And I have to tell you that collectively, this year, all of you finalists and many of the students who applied to the contest were the best I have ever seen. There's a few teachers in the audience, and I said, I attribute that to several things. Supportive schools, high schools that are teaching entrepreneurship and innovation more and more. Also to great parents, also to Shark Tank, which these students have probably been watching since they've been 2 or 3 years old at this point, right? And it was a pleasure to meet all of you, and I wish you all the best of luck. But let's just get to it, okay? What you're really here for today. This is how the contest will work. The students will each have 5 minutes to present their ideas to the judges. After a student presentation, the judges will have 5 minutes to ask questions. The contest judges will be looking for creative and innovative thinking about markets, products, and services. Once the presentations are complete, the judges will retire to deliberate while we hold the Audience Choice Award. During the Audience Choice Award, we will ask all of you to cast a vote for your favorite finalist via your cell phone. The judges will rejoin us shortly afterwards, and we will announce the winners. The first place winner will receive a $2,500 cash prize plus a $10,000 scholarship to Seton Hall University. The second place winner will receive a $1,000 cash prize plus $6,000 scholarship to Seton Hall University. All other finalists receive $4,000 scholarships to Seton Hall University. Plus, our Audience Choice Award winner will receive $300. Please let me introduce you to the Stillman students who are assisting us to run today's contest. All are Entrepreneurship Club executive board members and run their own businesses or are developing business models towards launching a startup. Khalil Crooms, Anthony Torres, and Kathleen Marr. A special thanks to Entrepreneurship Club Sid Kapoor, who is the center's social media specialist and in charge of our slide presentations. Also, a shout out to Victoria Bergdorf, a student entrepreneur who is our photographer and videographer. I would like to invite Kathleen Marr to the stage to announce the names of our finalists. When Kathleen finishes, we will start our finalist presentations. Good luck, everyone. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon. The 10 finalists in order of appearance are Nifemi Adeyemi, a senior from Newark, New Jersey, attending Newark Collegiate Academy; Mohammed Hasib, a senior from Wayne, New Jersey, attending PCTI STEM Academy; Carolyn Kiernan, a sophomore from Ridgewood, New Jersey, attending Ridgewood High School; Ryan Kim, a junior from Fort Lee, New Jersey, attending Bergen County Technical High School; Jeffrey Liu, a junior from Basking Ridge, New Jersey, attending Del Barton School; Rishabab Nambiar, a senior from Fishkill, New York, attending John Jay High School South; Eve Perrott, a junior from Livingston, New Jersey, attending Livingston High School; Jacqueline Perez, a sophomore from Park Ridge, New Jersey, attending Park Ridge High School; Aiden Pinto, a junior from Manalapan, New Jersey, attending High Technology High School; Grace Ryan, a senior from Toms River, New Jersey, attending Toms River High School. Good luck to all of our finalists. And now I will introduce Anthony Torres. Please come to the stage. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you all. I'm going to introduce our first contestant. So, Nafime, if you could please come to the stage and present your business idea, Irah's Collection. Thank you.
In today's world of fashion, consumers increasingly seek unique and crafted items that allows them to express their self-individualities. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nifemi Adeyemi. I'm a senior at Cape Newark Collegiate Academy. I'm a CEO and a founder of Irah's Collection. Irah's Collection is a fashion brand that is specializing in beaded accessories that could tap into today's trending world of fashion, and its product line, which includes a variety of items made from beads such as jewelries, bags, and home decor. Beaded accessories are created with vibrant beads of different sizes and materials, providing a distinctive mix of artistry and personalization. I created Irah's Collection because I've always been passionate about beaded accessories. I've always been passionate about beaded accessories. It's also a way for me to express myself through artwares. I wanted to offer a piece that not only looks beautiful, but also tells a story. Our mission at Irah's Collection is to inspire self-confidence and self-expression through bold, unique designs that makes every customer feel extraordinary. Our vision is to become a large brand for unique and crafted accessories that brings joy and confidence to our customers. We strive to grow as small, trusted business recognized for creativity and personal touch in every design. I believe in every business there are always challenges and a solution. Irah's Collection addresses challenges that customers face in search of unique fashion items. Many consumers find it difficult to discover pieces that truly express their individuality and personal styles. Okay. How we propose to make money is that we generate revenue by selling a diverse range of beaded accessories, including jewelries, bracelets, necklaces, earrings, handbags, slippers, and even home decor. Okay. Every business has their targeted consumers. Our target customers are young adults between age 14 to 25 who values uniqueness and personal expression. Our secondary customers includes older adults looking for elegance, timeless piece that reflects artisanal and personal and craftsmanship. We mainly sell online through an e-commerce site, enabling customers to browse order from carts or place customers order from. Products are priced according to handmade quality and materials, handmade materials with customs and limited edition at high prices. Okay, sorry. I believe competition will come from other small artisans, handmade jewelry sellers, and even large retailers such as Target, Walmart, and many other accessories sellers. Irah's collection focuses on exceptional customer services and customizable pieces, which tells a unique story with innovative design that highlights niche trends. So thank you so much. I hope you found the presentation insightful, and I look forward to your questions and feedback.
Yes, we do. First of all, thank you very much. That was an amazing presentation. Quick question. Those images, are those your products?
No, but these are my ideas.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure. So when you're talking about your target market, 14 to 25, how are you reaching them mainly? Is it through social media? Is it through going out? How are you reaching them?
Yeah, it is through social media and in physical.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for that lovely presentation. And you got the unenviable position of going first, which is so hard, but you did a beautiful job. I was wondering, have you actually made some prototypes? Have you tried to design a few pieces yourself using materials you have around the house or such?
Yes. Back when I was in Nigeria, I used to sell all those beaded accessories, and now that I'm here in the US, this is encouraging more to like pursue my dreams. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hello. Can you hear me? Is it on? Oh. Sorry. Hi. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Okay. Great job. Great job. Are you wearing any of the accessories today?
Yes, I am. I never go out without wearing any accessories.
You're wearing them?
Yes.
Okay. I'd love, like, once you're like coming down off the stage, if you could come over and I could see them, that would be fantastic.
Sure.
Always a recommendation for the future, always bring samples for the judges to look at so they have something physical and tangible.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hello. Okay. First and foremost, thank you for being bold. You probably wasn't even chose to go first, but here you are, right? So thank you for your time in the presentation. One quick question for me is, how would you describe your company to be different than, say, I'm thinking of, say, when I go on vacation and, you have like, kind of those small kind of stations where you can get beads and get jewelry and things of that nature. And I've typically would do so. So I'm wondering, what if I'm walking down a road and there's a bunch of different shops all selling similar things, what would make me stop at your section?
Okay, that's a good question. I believe in every accessories sellers, they don't like provide or good quality products for the consumers, and my product would be from best qualities and limited editions, so customers would feel inspired to come buy from mine.
Thank you.
So, is that all? Okay.
You said when you were in Nigeria before you came here, you would make your own jewelry.
Yes, that's right.
What kinds of materials were you using? Were you using stones? Were you using?
I used glass beads and pearls, all different types of beads with the materials to make them. Yeah.
And did you use like a silk thread, or what holds them together?
So I use, there is elastic and there is also a fishing line that I could use to like make the beaded accessories. Yeah. Thank you. So that's it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. I am Khalil, and I'm proud to be one of your MCs for tonight. And up here, I would like to introduce Jeffrey and his business, Remy. Mohammed's next? Oh, okay. I would like to introduce our next finalist, Mohammed, and his startup, Hydro Defrost.
Mike, you want to walk around? Clicker's right there. Thank you. All right, so hello everybody. My name is Muhammad Hasib, and I am the founder and CEO of Hydro Defrost. So Sharks, I'm going to take you back to a time that all students, including myself, have experienced at least once in their lives, being late for school. You go outside and you find that your car is covered in frost. What do? You use an ice scraper and you strenuously struggle to scrape off the ice, and you make a hole just small enough to see out of, and you end up dangerously driving off. Sharks, the problem is that windshield obstructions are hazardous, and the current solutions on the market are either inefficient or just not good in general. Ice scrapers, they're strenuous to use, and air defrosters, they're bad for the environment, and they take too long. Sharks, every year there are approximately 500 fatalities alone just due to icy weather conditions. The law is that ice and snow, you must remove it before you go. Motorists who fail to remove all ice and snow from their vehicles can face fines of $25 to $1,000. And the worst part of it all is that if it damages another person's car, your insurance will not cover it. Sharks, when it comes to defrosting, the current solutions on the market, they're not good. Ice scrapers, like I mentioned, they take too long and they're strenuous to use. And these DIY, like de-icing sprays, they generally just take too long, they're not good solutions, and they're recurring purchases. Sharks, I knew there had to be a better way, and that's why I invented it. Presenting to you, Hydro Defrost, the world's first water-powered, patent-pending windshield defroster. Pretty much the way Hydro Defrost works is that you just add tap water inside the pouch, and then you rub it against the windshield, and using our proprietary patent-pending heat transfer technology, it melts the ice and wipes away the melted water. So just to show you how it all works, here's a quick video.
Stop using ice scrapers and instead use Hydro Defrost, the world's first water-powered patent-pending windshield defroster. All you have to do is add warm water and then start slowly melting away the frost. The best way to use Hydro Defrost is to use slow, controlled wipes down the windshield. Then, Hydro Defrost will melt and wipe away the frost. Just to show you how well Hydro Defrost works by itself, this car's air defrosters were turned off completely. However, to ensure that there is no refreezing at all, turn on your car's air defrosters right before using Hydro Defrost. And just like that, you have a perfectly defrosted windshield.
All right, so now that you know how Hydro Defrost really works, let's talk more about the actual business. So currently, Hydro Defrost is fully trademarked. Our trademark got approved about 2 to 3 weeks ago, so we're really happy about that. We have applied for our full utility patent as well, and so that was through the United States Patent and Trademark Office, and so that's going good as well. Currently, our manufacturing consists of our 3D, this is my 3D design model. I modeled this on Fusion 360, and so on the right is actually my mold where I manufacture Hydro Defrost in bulk overseas. So our target market are adults in colder areas, obviously with automobiles. And so one of our best reviews so far is by a woman named Rebecca Levitt, and she was actually a part of the disabled community, and she mentioned that compared to ice scrapers, which she really couldn't use because she struggled so much with them, Hydro Defrost really has made her life much easier, and it really is making an impact in her life. So currently, our revenue stream includes TikTok Shop, Amazon, my website, which I designed. We have a distributor for New York and New Jersey who sells to car washes and gas stations, and we also are in Costello's Ace Hardware. Our cost structure includes our landed product costs, our outgoing shipping costs, patent fees, and other fees associated with the business, and then, of course, our customer acquisition costs as well. So since our launch in October of 2023, we have had over 5 million views on TikTok and various platforms. We have scaled to a 5-figure company, and we have had meetings with Walmart and Costco. They both were very interested, and we are planning to roll out on Walmart.com this winter. We also have launched 2 new products. So what you have in front of you is Hydro Defrost 2.0 and Hydro Shine. 2.0 is essentially the better version that I designed this year, and Hydro Shine is my own custom formula ceramic wax spray coating for vehicles. So one of the biggest things, for me at least, is that I was casted to the national TV show The Blocks, and so it was a very long interview process, and I'm going to be flown out to Tulsa, Oklahoma this February, where I plan to compete on a 7-day game show. As for Shark Tank, I applied for Shark Tank, and I was considered in their final round for applications. It was a very tedious process, and I really made it super close this year, and I'm hoping to hopefully go on the show next year for season 17. So with all of that, I only have one last question for you all. Are you ready to stay frost-free with Hydro Defrost?
Sorry, I got buried under the Hydro Defrost. Really good job. Really exciting stuff. How did you come up with the, I guess, the design first and foremost? Like, what made you think of that?
Yeah. So the actual idea came to me when, like I said, I was going to school and I was late, and I was using my ice scraper, and I'm like, man, there has to be a better way. So I thought of what other ways could I do this? And so I thought, why not melt the frost instead of scraping it? And so when I looked for different things I could do, I first used like a little plastic bag and put water inside of it, and that ended up working pretty good. But the problem with that is that the bag would rip, and it was really hard to hold. And so I went to look for a product like that. No product. I've been watching Shark Tank for who knows how many years now. I'm like, this is my $1 million idea. I got to go do something now. So I went and designed I first used my drawings because I'm in a career in technical education. In my school, I'm in engineering. So I first designed my own drawings on different ways to do it. And then after I was happy with like an iteration I had, I then used some fabric and like an old ice scraper. I taped it together with duct tape and made my first prototype. Then from there, I went on just refining. Eventually, I had my CAD model done. And then at that point, I started looking for manufacturers overseas, and then I eventually just got to the point where I was ready to go.
Thank you very much.
What is your expected retail price, and how does that compare to your wholesale price?
So our retail price currently is $14.99. That's what we sell it for online, and in stores, we do sell it at a bit of a discount. So it's really a play on when you go into a store, and let's say, for example, it's Ace Hardware. They want the best prices. They want the best margins. So I'm giving it to them at a point where I make 200% profit. So let's say I give it to them for $4. Let's say my product cost will be $2. And so they're going to sell it at $10. So I want them to make more than 200%. I want them to be very happy, because when they're happy, I'm happy. Because they're selling, I'm selling too. And also, when a customer goes in stores, they'll see it for $10 in here, and then $15 on my website, and they'll be like, man, I got to buy it now. So that's how I get it to sell fast in stores.
So it costs you roughly $2 to
You can say roughly, yeah.
Thank you, sir, even though you almost forgot my goodie bag here. So my question is, what would you say to the person that would be, why would I need this windshield defroster? I just turn on my car automatic, right, have it defrost, and I don't have to stand outside and use my hands. I can just walk in the car, use the windshields now, because now everything is just is warmed up. What would you tell that person as to why this product would still be good for them?
So what I have told these people, actually, there's a few things. Number one, aside from the fact that you're idling your car, it's bad for the environment, you're wasting gas, that's on you. It's up to you what you want to do with that. Most people, when they have different things, for example, let's say you have a timer, right? You go to work every day at 7 a.m., or let's say you put a timer on, it'll be done. So that's the one option. However, when it comes to people who forget, they're late for work, they work up late, this is the quick thing that they can always rely on. It'll get them done. If they're coming out of work, they're ready to go. They don't have the timer on, they forget to start their car. It's always like the best way to do it. Unless, of course, you can, if you really want to, like set that, but like I said again, they do forget sometimes. So weekends, if you're out going to places, your car is frosted over. It really depends on when your car is frosted, because you're not going to always be able to rely on that automatic car turning it on, just waiting for that too.
Thank you.
Problem.
I just want to say I'm glad you acknowledge that the remote starts are to run the car and run the defroster is very bad for the environment, and I'm glad you acknowledge that. Thanks.
Thank you so much. My one question is, what are your fixes for people who have trucks and can't necessarily, hop up onto their windshield and reach?
Yeah, so I've had that question before, and so the big thing is that if it's sedans to SUVs, most people can reach the majority of the windshield, if not all of it. When it comes to these trucks and larger vehicles, I've had that problem, and so I'm already working on a design where I can get another form of revenue by adding an extension handle that clasps onto the actual cap of the Hydro Defrost. And so I can design that very easily. I'm already designing it right now, and so I plan to sell that as like a bundle, so like Hydro Defrost 2.0 and Hydro, whatever we can call it, Hydro handle, we can say. And it'll clasp on, and I can sell it as like a bundle like that, so that'll help for those larger vehicles.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I would like to introduce Caroline and her startup, Stress Less.
I'll just use this, please. Thank you. Hi, my name is Caroline Kiernan, and I'm the founder of Stress Less. Stress Less offers weighted clothing made to be used as a daily tool for those who suffer from a mental illness, such as anxiety or depression. Currently, young adults all over the U.S. are struggling with their mental health, and here are some statistics to prove it. Within the last 12 months, 36% of people between the ages of 18 and 25 have experienced with a mental, behavioral, or emotional issue. Sadly, the suicidal behaviors among high school students has increased more than 40% since 2019. And in 2021, 1,952 high school students sadly committed suicide, representing 1/5 of the deaths within this age group. Current treatment plans include therapy, education, and pharmaceuticals, but are only effective when students initiate outreach. Therefore, Stress Less was founded with the mission to provide different treatment plans that involve less outreach in order to destigmatize taking care of your mental health. Weighted sweatshirts are used to offer proprioceptive input by applying deep pressure, which sends signals to the brain, resulting in a person feeling calm and focused. Stress Less plans on making money on our website, selling direct to our consumer. Here's a rough estimate of what the cost of our materials would be. Therefore, we sell to plan our cotton and fleece hoodie at a baseline cost of $90, and our Minky hoodie at a baseline of $95, giving us margins ranging between 86 and 88%. We plan to market our business online using social media, partaking in many different giveaways, and partnering up with influencers. Our target market consists of teenagers ranging between the ages of 14 and 28. Most of our customers are primarily focused on stress relief and either deal with daily anxiety, like taking tests, or having severe anxiety and depression. The gender is non-applicable, as we want to help as many people as we possibly can, and overall, our customers are just interested in alternate routes of stress relief. Currently, we have two main competitors, Thera and Comfort. Thera has two different styles of adult hoodies, a Minky and fleece. Both of these are ranging between prices of $138 to $158. Both of their adult sweatshirts are a set weight of 10 pounds. They also have a youth one-size-fits-all hoodie, 5 pounds and $98. On the other hand, Comfort. Comfort has slightly weighted hoodies. They do not tell you the exact weight of the hoodie, but claim they are heavy enough to offer the proprioceptive input. They have a range of 3 different styles and price between $100 to $135. So what are our competitors currently lacking? You're unable to alter the size of your hoodie. With Stress Less, you're able to completely customize the dimensions of your hoodie for its fit perfectly for your body. And most importantly, with Stress Less, you're able to customize the weight of your hoodie. It is projected that 10% of your body weight should be the weight of the hoodie. With not having the ability to set the weight on any other, Stress Less is the only company that allows you to customize the weight of your hoodie. If you're not able to customize the weight of your hoodie, you're not going to be able to get all the benefits of the hoodie. On our website, if you enter your weight, it's going to give you a range. Okay, I want it, my set weight would be 10 pounds. I want it a little bit more or a little bit less than that set weight. You'll have a visual and get the perfect sweatshirt for your body. Next is the lack of color and designs. With Stress Less, we'll have very vibrant and unique colors to draw in as many customers as we possibly can. And lastly, Stress Less is going to have a seamless design on the hoodie. As you can see here, the Thera hoodie is a quilt-like style. We do not want to have that and want it to be the most seamless design we can possibly have. Therefore, we are going to use glass beads instead of steel beads. This is an example of what a glass bead would be sounding like. Yes, it makes some sound, and it's soft on the edges. But this is what our competitors are using. It is metal beads. Would you want to be wearing a sweatshirt that's making this much noise and it's this rough? So that's what we're doing to make our business better than any of the others. Thank you.
Lost the mic for a second. Great work. So my main question is around customization, as it is one of your premier features. Are you thinking of customization both at the time of purchase and afterward? so they can remove beads, or just customization at the time of purchase?
It is going to be mainly at the time of purchase, as we hope to sell it and it's perfect right then and there. But if not, you can return it and we can hope to make some alterations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Given that your competitors are not as good as your product proposes to be, why is your price so much less?
Well, we have not, this is an idea, it has not been distributed yet, but we plan to have this as the price because we want, so many people are dealing with mental health right now and are seriously struggling. And we want as many people as we can to buy our hoodies so we can really make a difference. So I think by having this price, although we could be making higher margins, we want to help as many people as we can, and this is going to be able to do so.
So you want to have a social mission as well as a profit?
Yes.
Okay, great, thank you.
And there's, we were hoping to make, if you're at the time of purchase, you can donate an extra amount of money to hopefully be able to buy a sweatshirt for someone that does not have the capability to buy the sweatshirt.
Good job, good job.
Thank you.
Everyone else has mentioned so far. My question is on, you brought up the concept of influencer marketing, and I am curious if you have put any thought into some influencers that you think that would be a great fit for your brand, and some other, some strategies that you've thought through as it pertains to using those influencers to gain more traction to your brand via social media, so then you can get revenue. Are you able to speak to that?
Yes, so I have not thought of an exact influencer, but definitely picking an influencer that talks openly about their mental health and is an advocate for mental health. So definitely picking an influencer that fits into that category. And then also just trying to have them say, you know what, I use this hoodie and it actually really helped me. So trying to find an influencer that really fits for our product and for the social side of our business.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you.
I was wondering if you could explain the science behind the behind the sweatshirts a little more in depth, if possible.
So, as I said here, weighted sweatshirts are used to offer proprioceptive input by applying deep pressure that sends signals to the brain, resulting in a person feeling calm and focused. So, the weight is going to be distributed, so this is what it kind of looks like. The weight would be distributed evenly throughout the whole sweatshirt. But the proprioceptive points are on the collarbones and up here. So once they touch the body, it sends the signals to the brain and then brings in the calm and focused feeling and also the result. But I also think it is kind of the placebo effect too, oh, I'm wearing the weighted hoodie, that helps me a little bit, but then also the actual science behind it, that when it touches those pressure points, it is going to send signals to the brain, bring calmness and focus and ease.
Okay,
Thank you.
Great, thank you. And can I also feel the beads?
Yes, definitely. Here. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Please help me introduce Ryan Kim with a round of applause with his business concept, SMAT pitch.
Yeah. Did you? Oh.
This is the PowerPoint, right?
Yeah, did you? Ah, still working?
There it is.
Mic test? Okay. Good afternoon, judges. Good afternoon, audience. Thank you guys for coming here. My name is Ryan Kim, and I'll be presenting my company, Vivica Electronics. Oh wait, my controller. Vivica Electronics and my product, SMAT. So, to start off with, the average American spends between 6.5 to 8 hours every day sitting down, and many of these hours are consecutive. Sometimes you're working for too long and you just lose track of time, always constantly sitting and doing your work. And this can have profound health implications. According to a peer-reviewed study done by Yale Medicine, they found that sitting for 2 hours consecutively can cause significant stress on your spinal structures as well as many other joints. And we had this happen before, right? You've been working for so long, you stand up and oh my goodness, everything just hurts, right? So we want to solve this issue. On top of this, it can also, prolonged consecutive sitting can also decrease your mental state as well. A peer-reviewed study done in 2019 found that it is associated with a decrease in work productivity. And so what do we do about this issue? Okay. So what do we do about this issue? Well, it is through the use of micro breaks. To start, micro breaks have been shown to decrease the physical implications stated as mentioned earlier. And on top of this, it has also been shown to maintain and even increase productivity. And this is also qualified by the Journal of Education. However, they also mention and emphasize that the duration, frequency, and type of micro breaks need to be carefully balanced and consistent. This leads to my solution, SMAT. So for its users, SMAT promotes and encourages healthier habits and instills a more better lifestyle. And so, through pressure sensors and customizable intervals of 30, 60, or 90 minutes, it would start a timer, which would, once activated, it would start a vibration alarm, which would alert the users to start and take their micro breaks, reducing the prolonged consecutive sitting implications mentioned earlier. And so as you can see on the left here, you'll be able to see that the vibration motor is very thin and very small, so when you sit down on it, users won't be able to feel it. And on the right-hand side, you can see the custom circuit board that we have. This will make it so that it would be able to execute its operations effectively while also making sure that the data gained from the pressure sensors will go directly to the circuit board and into our UI. Our UI is one of our key differentiators that differentiate us from other competitors in the market. So in this UI, through the data transmitted to the circuit board, users will first be able to see the weekly summary, which is how long they've been sitting, how many micro breaks they've taken, and so on and so forth. Once they click on the icon on the top or the health icon on the bottom, they'll then be able to see the current interval information. Here, they'll be able to see how much time has passed and how much time they have left until the interval is over. But they'll also be getting personalized feedback and insights as to why and what they should do whilst they're sitting down and while they're taking their breaks as well. And finally, we have also gamified it in order to increase the incentive of these users to actually take these micro breaks rather than just sitting down and feeling the comforting vibrations. And so for our market competitors, while we don't have any direct competitors, the first one includes the vibrating seating cushions. Now, these can typically cost between $40 to $70, and the highest rated ones on Amazon are around $60. However, not only do we have more advanced features, but our SMAT is also $29.99, making it considerably cheaper. In the form of nice office chairs, they can cost between $500 to $1,000. And the main purpose of having a nice office chair is to reduce the amount of stress on your spinal structures as well as your joints. Sound familiar? Exactly. SMAT can also help with these same implications, and it also helps with productivity as well, making it not only a cheaper alternative, but also a better alternative for these companies. On top of this, you won't be able to carry your heavy office chair from the library to school or at your workplace. It has to be stationary. Meanwhile, SMAT is transportable, making it have greater utility. For our costs, these are our current costs right now to make one of these SMATs. And so the combined cost would be around $13.20. We're selling it for $29.99, making our profit margins 127.2%. However, once we sell in batches of 5,000, the manufacturing company said that we'll be able to decrease these costs by 30%, changing our profit margins to 225%. As for our future plans, we'll be first targeting our first demographic, which is B2C. Here we'll be mentioning the physical and the increase in productivity to these customers, as well as the affordability. We'll then, after getting the feedback and insights, start doing B2C calls, where we'll be specifically, or B2B calls, which will be specifically mentioning the increase in work productivity, so it's more of an investment rather than just a product. We'll then expand to retail stores in order to increase accessibility and have plans for second generation to stay on top of the market and to appeal to new consumers. So what are you guys waiting for? Why don't we stay smart, stay healthy, and take a seat with SMAT. Thank you.
Great job, Brian.
Some issues, but.
So one question that I would have is, what would you say to people who go, my smartwatch reminds me of when to sit and stand?
So I've had that question before, and in terms of like the Apple Watch, even on the Apple, like if you search it up on their Apple website, they even mention how they can't exactly tell whether you're actually sitting down or whether you're actually moving. So it's not only is it very inconsistent, but it's also not very reliable. And on top of this, we also offer a more personalized approach by also having an AI, integrated AI, give you suggestions and insights as to what you can do. And we just added a lot more other features that the Apple Watch simply just cannot compete with. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Great job. Thank you for sharing your idea. I do have a Fitbit, and the Fitbit does remind me, and in fact it did just a few minutes ago, that I should be getting up and walking around.
Yeah.
The one thing I didn't like about that, though, is it's every 50 minutes, and I don't get to choose. So I liked your ability to set that, but why is it only 30, 60, 90? Why can't you just, maybe I want to do it 51 minutes or 22 minutes?
Yeah. So as of right now, this is how the SMAT looks like right now, and inside this controller is where the custom circuit board is also located. So as of right now, I'm actually coding it so that on the app as well, you'll be able to set it to whatever timer you want. But just for the sake of like prototyping and showing you guys as well, I set it so that it's 30, 60, or 90 minutes, and I can change the 3 timers as well by coding it. And essentially, what it would allow me to do is be able to show you guys directly, like this technology actually works. And on top of this, but that is definitely a feature that can be added. But there's also research that's been done where 30, 60, and 90 minutes were also recommended. So I just put that as a default, but eventually you'll be able to change it yourself as well. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ryan. Great job. My question is, and forgive me if I missed this, so please, if so, just please re-emphasize it for me, but just curious on how do you envision to gain attraction to your product and really have people say, hey, I really need that, right? How are you, I guess, what is your plan to seek revenue?
Okay, so as of right now, I actually launched the website, and in the first 2 weeks, we were able to gain $2,000 in revenue. And so the main reason for that is that just everyone, I'm pretty sure everyone here knows that when you sit down for long periods of time, like when you stand up, like things just start hurting, your back hurts, and you just like start losing track of time, especially when you're very locked in. So this is just something that can help you a lot. And with I use a lot of reliable sources, like peer-reviewed sources done by Yale Medicine, things by Journal Education, for example. Like these sources also give me credibility and ensure that people can actually trust the information that I'm saying. And so once they give it a try and they see that it actually works, they also go by word of mouth as well. So that's another thing where this product has actually helped me, and I feel like I've lost a lot of stress on my back, or things like I was able to get more work done, and I wasn't in pain all the time. So things like that is what I've been doing.
Perfect.
But eventually, I hope to advertise on social media and things like that. But just for the initial feedback, I've just been directly selling it from the website.
Perfect, thank you. I would love to get a quick feel of it after.
Yeah,
if you
I
can.
got you. I actually changed it so it's 5, 10, 15 seconds, just so that you guys can just see how it works. Yeah.
Thank you, Ryan. So I was wondering if you could explain the science of how it helps the spinal cord.
Right, so simply put, it's just the idea of prolonged consecutive sitting. When you're sitting down for too long, you're just putting a lot of stress. So what this SMAT is enabling us to do is once it goes off, you know that it's your time to stand up. Simply by standing up and just moving around during that break, you'll be able to reduce a lot of the stress, and mobility is one of the main things that can help with all of this. There was a study done by the World Health Organization where they found that prolonged sitting was the fourth leading cause of mortality, and just simply doing mini exercises can help. In this case, we'll be doing, you'll have to stand in order for the alarm to go off, like turn off. And so it would just incentivize you to just like walk around during that break. And we also have an app to remind you like, hey, like you should be doing this, or we should be doing this, with also like, it will also provide you sources as well, just so that you know that it's reliable. And so this type of approach will allow us to, yeah, that's how it would help and just incentivize you to actually do it, yeah.
Okay, so it's more like get up and move, not like this material is helping your spine.
Yeah, not really, nothing about this material is like anything special. That's why also our production cost is like pretty low. But you know, it's still comfortable to sit on, and it's just this specific mechanism that is helping you, and it's not anywhere else in the market in terms of like seating cushions or anything like that, so yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, no question, okay.
I'm gonna need to get my steps in after that today. But please help me introduce Jeffrey and his business concept, Rememo.
Good afternoon, judges. My name is Jeffrey Liu, and I'm a co-founder of Rememo. Sadly, dementia is a disease that affects more than 55 million people globally. Worse, dementia patients require extra care to stay healthy, a burden commonly falling on the shoulders of younger relatives and the healthcare system. In 2022, dementia cost the world $160 billion in healthcare resources and 1.8 million lives. During early to medium stages, dementia presents an unnecessary risk of injury, unnecessary burden on relatives, and also a low quality of life, all of which I aim to address. Growing up with my grandpa gave us both memories to last a lifetime. That was before dementia set in. The searching and frustration soon became a commonplace until the day arrived where he no longer recognized me or my family. He's the reason why I set out to improve dementia patients' well-being and safety. Therefore, I'm proud to introduce Rememo, a novel AI-based augmented reality smart glass that assists patients with their memories and also helps keep them safe. First, Rememo detects the location of misplaced objects and provides visual guidance. We use 3 wide-angle cameras and cloud computing to power AI-based identification algorithms similar to the ones used in Amazon warehouses and their robots, which can help Rememo map the surrounding area and its objects so visual cues can guide the patient to retrieve any lost items. Rememo's second feature is identifying friends and relatives. Neural networks are used to accurately identify the faces of friends and family, similar to Apple's Face ID. Audio and visual cues assist the patient by providing an identity label and description within the patient's augmented reality view. Rememo's third feature is helping keep lost patients safe. Dementia patients are frequently lost and face injuries from these incidents. With Rememo, caretakers can establish safe boundaries, and if the GPS detects those boundaries are exceeded, the glasses will automatically provide navigation directions back home, while also alerting a caretaker via the built-in 5G responder. Rememo's fourth feature is injury prevention. Each year, 32 million falls occur within older individuals, totaling 32,000 deaths. Rememo's built-in accelerometers use machine learning to detect irregular movement habits that increase the risk of falls so that these daily dangers can safely be removed. Similar to Apple's Apple Watch, early testing demonstrated success rates above 90%, and in the unfortunate event of a fall, Rememo will quickly call for help to stop a patient's further injury when finding assistance or a phone. Although later stage dementia patients that frequently lose items might also misplace the glasses, more than 90% of elderly people require glasses for vision and will instinctively wear the prescription lenses fitted on Rememo. Additionally, the onboard heat and accelerometer sensors will detect the removal of glasses, and 6 powerful speakers will provide audio cues until the glasses are reworn. Existing research, like Khalifa University's iMagic glasses, are solely for research purposes, but are also for the elderly and demonstrate the success of individual features, but a specialized production unit like Rememo has never been developed, and thus is our goal. There's no direct competition currently, and we would be the first product on the market. With 55 million dementia patients and growing, we're confident that our product has a place on the market, and future software and hardware updates will enable a larger audience of users within later stage dementia patients, general older individuals, and AR glass consumers. Rememo will begin at a lower price before increasing when the product's popularity and credibility is established. Our product will be marketed as an investment since it saves caretaker time for hospitals and reduces their labor costs. Most critically, we would negotiate large insurance and healthcare bulk purchases since we increase patient safety and reduce the burdens on their system. With scaling, we estimate that each unit will cost around $350 to $400. We plan to price Rememo at $999 for consumers at a 60% margin and at $499 for bulk healthcare orders at a 20% margin. After 50,000 units are sold, like stated before, we'd focus more on margins rather than expansion. With the help of a growing team of high school engineers, Rememo has been able to produce a preliminary 3D printed prototype with most of the features outlined. Through this, multiple medical centers, like the Huntington Center for Health, have agreed to help Rememo potentially reach dementia patients and get their true first-hand feedback of the product. Additionally, we've been recognized by the Blue Ocean competition as a top 30 finalist out of over 9,000 startup ideas, landing us a $10,000 grant. We plan to rapidly bring Rememo to the market and create a lasting business. Thank you for listening to my presentation today.
First of all, Jeffrey, really good job on a really potentially impactful product. One of the things that I would say, less a question, more something to keep in mind, especially when we're talking about AI in the home and facial recognition, is privacy. Obviously, we're in the States, but if you ever expand to somewhere like the EU, then you have GDPR to focus on. So consider having some sort of localized data set that doesn't get interfered with software updates, is what I would say.
Our plan was to only upload all the video streams to the caretaker facility, so only the caretakers can view those. And obviously they're encrypted, and if the healthcare facility doesn't want like the Face ID feature, we can obviously disable that specifically for that center.
Gotcha, thank you.
Great. It's good to be addressing such a serious and heartbreaking disease. And you partially addressed it towards the end, the question I was having, because I do wear glasses, and even like this pair is very heavy, and so therefore I was wondering, you said you had a prototype, and the prototype had most of the technology, and you were working on making it lighter. So can you just talk a little bit more about how you were going to make it?
Yeah, so our current prototype, we actually have a team, and one of my friends has a 3D printer, so we worked it through him, and we bought off all our parts online, and we ended up for the prototype, we put the battery outside of the glasses because with the battery it would simply be too heavy, and then we attached the battery into a person's pocket, and it was connected by a wire, so that way we could have more battery life and the glasses would be lighter. Additionally, I left this out, but we also tested a strap. So instead of just having the normal glasses, we tested having a strap that could be tightened and loosened. So that would increase the ability for it not to be able to fall off.
And one last question is, the facial recognition would tell the patient, oh, you're looking at your grandson or something like that. have you thought about how that might be actually frightening for the patient? Because
Could you repeat the question?
So if they don't remember that they have a grandson, and then you're telling them that's your grandson, I'm not. I don't know. I'm certainly not that kind of doctor. So, have you looked into that aspect at all?
I mean, our main goal is to help remind patients so that they can communicate with their family for the longest time. Maybe in the later, again, our target audience is primarily early to medium stage patients who can still like kind of recognize but maybe need a little assistance. Of course, during late stage dementia, when they're completely at memory loss and can't even like recognize very basic objects or even themselves, then they might be needed to move to like places with actual caretakers instead of just some classes.
Thank you, sir. First and foremost, I actually want to make a comment, and I want to congratulate you for your boldness and to say why, or I guess where this idea stemmed from. And being bold with you, I actually recently lost my grandmother this year to dementia. So this like hits home for me, and I really appreciate that. My question now is, it was along the glasses line, but say if someone, are you able to have prescribed lenses, and would that interfere with the technology at all for someone who needs, maybe for distance, for reading, whatever the case may be, who has prescribed glasses? Would that conflict with the technology at all? Have you tested that?
Okay, yeah, so the virtual reality technology with prescriptions for general consumers has actually been around for like more than 10 years now. So what you do is basically you attach like two lenses right in front of the virtual reality lenses, but we can also apply that to our augmented reality glasses, and it might be a little bit thicker, but our design is planning to have like certain straps so we can have a dedicated, like two dedicated places where we can hold the prescription glasses. And that also won't affect our production unit, because our production unit will just be a single glass, and we can fit any sort of prescription onto one glass.
Thank you, sir.
Great job, Jeffrey. As someone who has two grandparents who currently have dementia, going along the lines of within later stages, I think that this might be very frightening to them, but on the earlier stages when maybe they need like, oh, here's a quick little reminder, and like it's okay and isn't as worrisome to them, I think this could be a really great tool.
Mm-hmm.
So mine's not really a question, I just wanted to say good job.
Okay, thank you.
All right, I'm Anthony Torres, and I'll be announcing the remainder of our finalists. So first to the stage, we have Rishab Nambiar and his business research chat. So let's welcome him.
You're gonna walk around?
No, I'm just standing
Here, okay, here you go. All right, good luck.
Thanks. Hi, my name is Rishab Nambiar, and I'm presenting my business, Research Chat. Investing is one of the most important ways to secure your financial future. Investing in something even as low risk as the S&P 500 will produce an annual return of about 7% above inflation, securing both your financial future and the future of maybe your children or significant other in later times. But there's a bit of a problem with investing. It's really hard when you get started. I remember when I first got started investing when I was around 14, 15, I got my first job, I got my first paycheck, and I really wanted to start investing so I could make a bit more money. But it's a big learning curve. It's really hard to get over that initial hump, figure out what everything is, and finding a platform that you can actually use. Some of the most popular ones around my area, at least, were things like TradingView and Morningstar, but they're not really meant for beginners. They're more so for people who are a bit more advanced, more experienced, and it's really hard to just get over that initial hump. So my solution to that is Research Chat. Research Chat is an AI platform meant to help cater towards beginners, to help simplify that initial hump and get them a bit more experienced. There's an AI integrated feature so they can ask any questions or things like that to the AI chatbot. So it can simplify it down into easier to understand concepts. And then there's our financial tools section. This part basically breaks down the financial statements so it's easier to understand. We take that 25-line income statement and we break it down to like 5 lines. And we put it over 5 years so it's really easy to understand. We do the same thing with the balance sheet. We take that 25-line balance sheet and we bring it down to just 2 simple donut charts so you can easily understand and grasp them. And lastly, we have our financial sector-based analysis. One of the first things you learn in investing is numbers are great, but you got to compare them with similar companies. You can't compare JP Morgan to Netflix because they're completely different companies. They have different needs and different ways of sustaining their business, so you got to compare them with similar companies. So we did something that no other companies are doing. We actually did compare them. You see this bar chart up here. It's actually a comparison of Netflix to similar companies in its sector. We took the averages of similar companies in that communication services sector. Your Disney Plus, your HBO Max, your Hulu, all those things, we average up their financials and put them in a little bar graph so you can actually get a comparison and in context. Who's our target market? Our target market is generally beginner investors, more specifically on the younger side. That's your high school students, your young college students, people who are getting their first job, their first paycheck, and want to learn how to invest. So what is our business model? We're using a grow and scale model. We're going to be offering the platform out for free initially so we can build up as many users as we possibly can. We'll have a couple targeted ads here and there to address any overhead and scaling costs. And then once we reach a sizable user base, we'll introduce a premium subscription to generate most of our revenue. So who are our competitors, right? As I mentioned before, there's 2 main competitors in our space. That's TradingView and Yahoo Finance. Now, both are great platforms in their own right, but they have some disadvantages in comparison to research chat. TradingView is not beginner focused. I mean, you can see that graph. Who can understand that? There's like 1,000 lines on that thing, and it's pretty hard to understand. In comparison, research chat simplifies that all down, so it's a bit easier for the beginners to understand. Same thing with Yahoo Finance. It's a little bit more beginner focused, but it doesn't put that information in context. I mean, trailing PE ratios are really great, but what if they don't know what that means, or what is that relative to the companies in its sector? A 31 might be really great for JP Morgan, but maybe not for Netflix. It might be a red flag. We put these numbers into perspective. So the cost. I just talked a lot about AI, all these sectors, all this financial analysis, but how much is it going to cost? Well, there's 3 main sources of costs. The cost for AI, the cost for hosting the website, and the cost for getting all this financial data. Research Chat has all that covered because we've been both applied and been accepted into the Microsoft Startup Program, which has given us the resources to offer the platform completely for free at no expense to ourselves for at least the next 2 years. So I've said all this, but is it actually viable in the marketplace? I'm here to say, hopefully. And by hopefully, I mean yes. We have achieved over 3,000 users currently, and we're still growing. We've been integrated into multiple high school class curriculums, and we're planning on expanding our outreach via social media and additional features in the coming months. Thank you for your time.
Great job. Couple quick questions. That last chart of users, is that current users on your platform?
This is not the current user on our platform. This is just a generic stock image.
Gotcha. Secondarily, you mentioned OpenAI's ChatGPT. Is that ChatGPT 3.5 or 4.0 that you're currently using?
We're using ChatGPT 4.0. It's their most powerful model currently.
Gotcha. Lastly, where are you getting the data from specifically?
Right, thank you for asking that. I've actually gotten that asked a couple of times before. We sourced from financialmodelingprep.com. They have an API service that sources directly from the Bloomberg terminal and the SEC, so we can ensure the data is real-time and accurate and up-to-date.
Very much.
So are the beginner investors able to actually make purchases or sales from your software platform, or is it just informational?
It's just informational. If they want to purchase, they'd have to use brokerage like Robinhood, E-Trade, Webull, etc.
Okay, and you mentioned that you were going to be free to start, and then how are you going to generate revenue after that free part? Are you going to have premium packages? Or are you going to subscription model? What is your revenue model?
Right. So once we get that sizable user base, we're going to start offering premium subscription. That's going to include more additional features like the ability to see earnings calendars, how that'll affect upcoming stock prices, and things like that.
Thank you. I stole his question.
Hello, great job. For someone like me who does not know much about investing, this would be very beneficial and helpful. I'm thinking back of when I was an undergrad and I was a bio student and I wasn't in the business world. I didn't have any finance or accounting classes, so I was even more removed. So I was wondering, yes, you give learning tools and comparisons, but will you have basic financial information on there, teaching a little basic finance course as well as the investment options?
Right, so we're not going to have a direct course. It's not going to be here's a giant PDF or a course on how to learn everything, but we have the AI there so it can explain everything down in the simplest terms it possibly can. It's been prompt engineered, so it can break down every single concept you could possibly ask into the simplest terms for anyone to understand.
Okay, great, thank you.
Okay, good job. And sorry, just to confirm, did you say, is it 3,000 that you have currently signed up? Was that the number that you provided?
Yeah, let's think it's back here then. 3,000 users, yeah.
Yep, so perfect. In terms of the growing part, roughly in terms of how it's been trending so far, where do you see the growth potential in, say, maybe the next year or so? And then what would you have to do to get there, in your opinion?
So the main thing I'm seeing with the growth potential is just getting it into projects. So the main reason we already get this 3,000 users is we put it into some couple classes at our local high school, and they have projects that the teachers really want to do. They want to teach their students about investing, about financial literacy. So the main reason we were able to get this many users is we were promoted through their classes. These teachers want to use it for their projects because it helps break down the process for their students. So we're planning on doing a similar thing, going to more high schools in our district, giving to the teachers there so we can promote it. And I don't foresee any expected cost with that.
Thank you.
All right. So that was part of my question. The next part is, how are you getting it? I know you're targeting first-time investors, but a lot of first-time investors are also out of high school. So how are you planning to reach that audience in particular?
To reach that kind of audience that's outside of high school, we'll probably just use social media. That's your Instagram Reels, your TikToks, any type of short-form content to reach that broader audience.
Okay. And when you're talking about short-form content, are you talking financial tips or breakdowns using the product?
Probably both. Just hey, here's a financial tip, and then we'll say use the researchchat.org to help implement it, or just promote the website directly through a short.
Gotcha.
So I am not familiar with the law around this, but how does somebody who's not 18 yet actually do a financial transaction? Are you able to?
Right. So the rule is those who are under 18 cannot invest. So you can't open a brokerage account if you're under 18, but you can learn as much as you want. We're not telling you, it's always going to have that little disclaimer, this is not financial advice. It's going to be informational. So if they choose to invest or not, that's up to them. But this isn't forcing them to invest. It's just educational information.
Okay, so they would have to ask their parents to make the investment for them if that's what they wanted to do. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so now I'll be introducing Eve and her business, Scoly Poly.
Hi everybody, I'm Eve Parrott and I'm going to be pitching Scoly Poly, which is a community-based app for children suffering with scoliosis and other back afflictions. Before we start talking about Scoly Poly, I want to rewind to 4 years ago at its origin in a doctor's office about half an hour away from here. That's where I was diagnosed with scoliosis, which is a sideways curvature of the spine at 12 years old. I was prescribed physical therapy and a back brace, which is essentially just confinement to a lumpy case of plastic for about 18 hours a day. Unfortunately, due to my treatment, I developed severe body dysmorphia and was unable to perform most physical tasks, or many. This is unfortunately not only limited to me. 4 years later, I realized I wasn't alone. Of the 7 million scoliosis patients nationally, roughly 80% suffer from adolescent idiopathic scoliosis, a form that strikes children of ages 10 to 18, and the cause is unknown. These children often face elevated levels of mental health issues, and they are surrounded by the vast majority of people on Earth that also experience back pain, which is 50% of all children and 84% of adults, or 619 million people globally. During the time when I counted myself among this large majority, I often felt very isolated. That's why I started Scoly Poly, which is an organization to promote back health and wellness, and as a 501c3 has already amassed 3,300 views on our Instagram content and a large following. Unfortunately, though, our scope and outreach as a 501c3 is limited to a blog and photo gallery, which is why I'm pitching Scoly Poly as a mobile app that can promote positivity, awareness, and education for children with scoliosis and other back afflictions. So why Scoly Poly? There are 3 reasons you need our community. First, scoliosis is a lifelong health issue that can lead to many complications down the road, such as arthritis. Additionally, since scoliosis primarily affects young teens, we need community-based psychosocial development for them at this crucial developmental time. Additionally, Scoly Poly reaches all levels of scoliosis care, including the many stakeholders that care about their child's health, such as parents and schools, and need easy access to educational materials. There are 4 levels to Scoly Poly, the app. Let's go through them. The first, which consists of our largest database of resources, is intended for users of all spectrum of back afflictions. It includes a blog, which is open to community contributions, a forum, which can be fact-checked by real-time moderators and AI, and wellness checks, which check in on patients' mental health and pain. The lesson book includes overviews of common back afflictions, and it can give tips and tricks on maintaining mental wellness during treatment. So what does that look like? Here's an example of a scoliosis-based blog, all contributed by youth users, and some physical therapy exercises. The users on the next 2 levels, the 3rd and 4th, would receive more filtered results that center on surgery or introducing them to scoliosis in order to encourage them to seek treatment. The 4th section, which focuses on children that are just facing bracing for scoliosis, would provide many extra planks on top of the app-wide offerings. For example, their wellness checks would include brace time trackers, which log daily brace times and return weekly summaries, as well as the Scoly Poly wardrobe, which provides contributor-based outfit suggestions for brace that are brace-friendly and add an element of fun to the bracing experience. Our target market would consist of adolescents of age 10 to 18, which again consists of the large majority of scoliosis patients. By reaching out to these adolescents when they first begin bracing and continuing on their lifetime journey of back pain, we aim to promote longevity in our app use. We also want to transition to a for-profit model in order to reach more kids, offer more benefits, and generate revenue for donation to children's hospitals. Our free plan is designed to improve youth access by keeping all main features of the app and website free. Our monetary value proposition consists of selling ad space, paid subscriptions at a limited rate, and some merchandise. We see avenues for targeted health-related advertisements, some personalization options via subscription, and merchandise including brace-friendly clothing to promote scoliosis awareness and boost profit. Here's a brief sketch of our business model over 3 years, with advertisements consisting of the large majority of our business profit at $3,000 by the end of our interval. Here, our competition is limited. Here are 3 other scoliosis-based applications, including scoliosis assessment, Hilo, and brace-right scoliosis, all of which have many technical aspects of detecting and tracking scoliosis, but lack the same type of community-based features that Scoly Poly does. Because we are so unique in reaching out on a community level, I urge you to stay connected with Scoly Poly.
Thank you very much. Great job. Just to be sure that I heard you correctly, it is a 501c3 currently?
Currently, yes.
Okay. Have you given any thought to partnering with schools since your target audience is mainly young teenagers?
In fact, yes. As a 501c3, our main job is sending educational pamphlets to schools. If we transfer to an app model, of course, we want to maintain the things we do as a 501c3 while also opening up the app. And the app would, of course, have educational materials that are open to school admin that may want to institute more education about scoliosis. But yes, right now we're establishing connections with local schools.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I think the name has such a nice ring to it, Scoly Poly.
Scoly Poly? Yeah. Thank you.
My question is, as it pertains to, I guess, the app or the site, it's the information, more so like for the blog, for example, right?
Yes.
So is this more like, say, a community blog, anyone can contribute to it, or there's certain people that's flagged, that's like maybe a check mark, they're verified, or something like that? Like how would you describe the community within the app? And as a user, how do I know, oh, okay, this one is coming from someone who, has, say, a certain level of experience with it versus someone who is, just offering their, opinion or advice on something. So just a little bit of detail there. I would love to understand a little bit how you kind of envision that.
Oh, yeah, of course. So as an organization, we really want to make credibility one of our priorities while also balancing the community aspect. So yes, the blog is accessible to community contributions, but first of all, they have to be sent in, even now as a 501c3, to be verified and fact-checked. And also, we do spotlight features on, doctors and people that have expert background that can write for our blog. So yes, if you have expert background, of course, that would be designated on your blog post. And if not, you can still send in your contribution because we are a community, but it would just be fact-checked before publishing.
Perfect. Thank you.
Great. So I'm curious, if you are a 501c3 organization now, why do you want to switch to a for-profit?
Right. So as a 501c3 organization, our main way of just generating money for our projects is through donations. And unfortunately, although our usage is high, our donations are not, despite our many campaigns for raising funds. Which is why we want to transfer to a for-profit model, just because by selling ad space, we can kind of capitalize on our high amount of usage so that even though people could still access our products, we also gain money to put out more products through the ads.
But I think a nonprofit can sell ads if as long as all the money goes to the mission of the organization. You don't have to be for-profit to do that.
That's true, but as a for-profit, it's more of a for-profit model in which our major priority is service. So we are running off of a for-profit model in that we would still potentially be charging people based on subscription plans if we needed to generate more revenue, but still our priority is service.
Hi, great job. So I know you said that within the blog posts, everything will be fact-checked and you'll have the spotlight features, but I was wondering for the posted exercises as well, will those be uploaded by physical therapists and doctors? Is that part of the blog? Is that separate?
Oh, no, those are separate because obviously we don't want to recommend people things that don't actually help. So either they would be publicly sourced from like health organizations on exercises that are just generic, can help you, or we partner with orthotists and like physical therapists in order to get more curated content.
Okay. And then how will you like prevent, I guess you can't, a way, people who shouldn't be doing these exercises, I guess, or they could potentially be hurtful to them, I guess, depending on what stage you're in?
Right, so these physical therapy exercises we would never recommend something that could be hurtful to someone. These physical therapy exercises are often things that just like planks or things that are, most people do, not necessarily people that just have scoliosis. But obviously we would, have disclaimers. You have to consult your doctor before you try to do something like that to treat your scoliosis. And if you have a specific medical condition, maybe you shouldn't be doing some exercises. Just these exercises are usually, if they're published app-wide, they would just be generic things like, planks can help for posture and things like that. And if we post something curated, it would have disclaimers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Eve. And next we'll be introducing Jacqueline Perez and her business concept, digital insurance and car registration. So let's welcome her.
Hi everybody. Have you ever waited on the MVC for a couple of hours just to take a photo for your driver's license? And then you have to wait for it to get mailed, and then you accidentally misplace it, and now you have to go back and wait more and wait for it to get mailed again? Well, I have a thing just for you. My business idea is an app which keeps your important documents safe, and it would upload automatically in a timely manner, and I present to you Docu Vault. What is it and what makes the app unique? The documents are stored customizably in folders, which can also make your storing easier. Like I mentioned, it can hold your driver's license and other documents too, like car registrations and insurances. If you're a young driver like me, you can also add your permit as well. Other important documents are passports, social securities, and other insurances. Docu Vault is free to download, but it does have extra features if you're willing to pay annually or monthly. These features include state ID, birth certificate, and medical insurances, and Docu Vault is safe. So target market, I have two groups, younger drivers and / newer drivers and older drivers. For the younger drivers who have a permit and have a driver's license and who have a vehicle registered and have a tendency of losing or misplacing physical documents. Me as a teen, I usually tend to lose my classwork, so it's good that's all on my phone. For older drivers, also have a fear of losing their documents, and it'll keep everything in one place and they'll have a peace of mind. For my business model, advertising is one of the things that came in my mind, using social media since my generation is very good at that. It can attract more users and we can make the app look more appealing. And also having subscription services can unlock more customization and increase the amount of documents, and it provides revenue. Some competitors that I have is the Wallet app. They already have an ID, but only for some certain states. Listed in the photo, like California, Colorado, Arizona, Georgia, and Ohio. You may be wondering why only these states. The reason why these states already have these licenses on the Wallet app is because your state decides whether or not to put it digitally or they just want you to have it physically. Another competitor is TSA PreCheck. If you're traveling and you have TSA PreCheck, you obviously will get through security quicker, and it'll be your boarding pass will be available digitally and you won't lose it. So how does it work? Users will be able to set up Face ID or a password preference for logging in. You would select the document type from the drop-down menu. Once you've done that, the slots will come provided. So this would be, if you were to get the subscription fee, you'll see the state ID and the medical insurances. And then once you've done that, you enter the information. And then they'll upload in these files that are customizable, and then you can put it in different colors as well. For patentability, I'm currently trying to have a patent pending, and some similar patents is the digital wallet app, like I mentioned. And thank you for your time.
So first of all, very good job. Thank you. I guess one of my main questions is, have you been able to do any research as to like laws around this, particularly around like traffic stops? Like, are you allowed to show a digital version?
I haven't really thought about that yet, but
Nice job, thank you.
Thank you.
You said that it's safe.
Yes.
So I'm assuming that means you will be protecting the information on the driver's license, all that stuff, from hackers. So can you talk a little bit about how you would do that and how you would keep the documents safe?
Well, like I mentioned, I have biometrics, which like the Face ID and the password. Also, I was trying to stay away from having it like to the government, because like the wallet app, that's like a government-based thing, but.
Thank you.
Thank you for presenting to us. Really good job. My question is along the similar lines. I saw that you had a slide there of you just simply log in and select, but my question is more on the registration process. So I'm getting the app for the first time. What are some of the questions, thinking from an even security lens, right? Because it's gonna be a lot of important documents that we wouldn't want anyone really to get a hold of, right? So before you even set up the biometrics and the face scan, what are some of the, how would you describe the registration process for this app, and what are some of the questions that, or the screening that you will need to go through to be able to say, okay, now you have fully signed up?
What, can you repeat the question? Sorry.
I'm sorry, I do talk a lot, so let me make that simpler. Essentially, the registration process. So I'm getting the app for the first time, right? Typically, when you register for anything, there's like a series of questions you may need to be asked, and then, okay, boom, fully register, right? So for something like this, where there's a lot of, you know, I would say confidential information involved, what does the registration process or the questions that may ask, like your name, phone number, is it gonna ask me for my social, is the stuff like that, to be able to recognize, okay, this is Kadeen Dennis, right?
Yeah.
So just kind of any thinking into that at all. Doesn't have to be a full, all right, these are all the questions, right? But just wanted to get a rough idea of kind of how you're thinking about the registration process to your platform.
Well, you would have to put like your name and everything. One of my ideas was just to put in your license plate and all your information would pop up, but.
Hello.
Hi.
Great job. So one other question I would have is is there like a verification process of these documents? So once they're uploaded to someone's app, like will they be verified, and how will they be verified?
Well, what I was thinking is sometimes when you were to put something, it will send you a verification code, and like it'll text you, because you obviously have to put your number inside the app. So it'll text you the code, and then like it'll verify.
I was thinking more with like the birth certificate, like how will there be proof, like, oh, this, like if I go onto the app and I like upload my documents, how will there be proof that this is Rosemary Stanchak, like, and then that I'm the correct person accessing or uploading documents, and I'm not an impersonator? If you don't have the answer to that now, don't worry about it. Just something to like think about going forward.
So we have 1 minute left. What I will say in terms of just thinking more broadly about how to expand the product, keep in mind the feedback so far, and also personalization is really cool because people always like to make things theirs, right? But just make sure that it's being done in a safe manner, because whoever you partner with technically should have some level of access. So think about how to stage those access levels before partnering with someone to go, hey, here's, you know, a girly pop pink border around your document or something like that. All right? Thank you very much for presenting.
All right, thank you, Jacqueline. That was great. Next, we'll be introducing Aiden Pinto and his business concept, EcoSmart Trash Pickup.
Hello, everybody. My name is Aiden Pinto. I'm a junior at High Technology High School, and this is my pitch for EcoSmart. So first off, let's set the scene. There's a growing waste crisis in many major cities, such as New York City, Chicago, Houston, and Philadelphia. For example, New York City produces over 24,000 tons of waste per day, and up to 4% of that is uncollected. Now, that's an unprecedented amount of waste left on our streets. In addition, New York City's diversion rate is only 20.6%, meaning that only 1 in every 5 pieces of waste collected goes to a processing facility, while the other 4 end up in landfills. Now, these issues all trace back to traditional waste management. For one, the inconsistent collection is an inconvenience to Americans because we're not able to decide how or when our waste is picked up. Additionally, lackluster traditional waste management is a public nuisance. With unpleasant and unhealthy streets, this can cause environmental issues and pollution. This is where my app, EcoSmart, steps in. EcoSmart's mission is to give people control over their waste management and empower them to contribute to cleaner and healthier cities. Our app will offer flexible, on-demand waste collection where users can then select their waste type, track their waste management data, and finally, earn rewards, all at your own convenience. So let's see how easy it is to schedule a pickup using EcoSmart. It's as simple as entering a location, selecting a date, and choosing a time. EcoSmart works on your schedule. The user will also be able to select their waste type. Through this, EcoSmart enables the user to decrease the amount of waste going to landfills and increase our diversion rates. EcoSmart also offers a waste tracker where users can see their real-time waste management data and track their impact across waste types. Finally, EcoSmart offers a unique reward system where users can earn WMP, or waste management points, by disposing of waste using EcoSmart. Users can then redeem these WMP for in-app localized rewards. Well, how does EcoSmart create value? EcoSmart generates revenue from our in-app subscriptions, our in-app advertisements, and our pickup fee. EcoSmart's flexible subscription model is structured in tiers, so anyone from Billy Bob to the Smith family can access EcoSmart's countless features. So how does EcoSmart work? Well, EcoSmart partners with private and local waste management companies. In exchange for their services, we give them a share of our revenue. As I mentioned, EcoSmart brings in revenue from our user subscriptions, our in-app advertisements, and also our pickup fee. In exchange, we provide the user with an easy, reliable, and eco-conscious approach to waste management. Well, who are our target customers? One, EcoSmart's largest target market will be small businesses in America who need reliable and frequent waste collection. With over 33.5 million small businesses in America, that's a huge target for us to disrupt. Two, EcoSmart will target urban residents living in metropolitan areas where waste collection is often limited and inconvenient. And three, EcoSmart will target eco-conscious families who value sustainability and a greener climate. Well, what about our competition? EcoSmart's main competitors are local waste management services, such as our municipal or state waste management companies, as well as private waste management companies, such as Republic Services. However, they lack our adaptable pickup dates and timings, flexible subscription model, our customizable waste pickup options, our environmental tracker, and even our rewards. So let's see what the future holds for EcoSmart. Our first phase will be to market through endorsement from those same local and private waste management companies we partner with, as well as local journals and social media. Our second phase will be to get approval from counties across New Jersey and eventually expand nationally. And our third phase will be to implement a new service called EcoDriver, where users can sign up to be eco-drivers and pick up the waste of other EcoSmart users. Think of it like an eco-conscious Uber. So, thank you, and I ask you, help me change the way we manage waste, one pickup at a time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Great presentation.
Thank you.
So a couple of questions. One, you mentioned rewards as a really big selling feature. How are you financing those rewards? Are those through partnerships or out of your own bottom line?
Right, thank you. That's a great question. So obviously, our localized rewards are specific to the area where the user resides, you know, like your local pizza shop, something like that. So when the user disposes of, say, 100 pounds of waste using EcoSmart, they'll gain a certain amount of WMP, which is our currency, our rewards currency. And then they'll be able to redeem that rewards currency through, like you mentioned, partnerships with local shops or, you know, your local McDonald's. So we'll run like a program where we'll partner with local businesses and services so we not only promote a greener climate, but also promote those businesses in exchange.
A follow-up to that. You mentioned 100 pounds as an example, right?
Yeah.
How does pickup actually work? Are we talking like a white glove service where they come in and they grab everything? Or do you go out to meet them? Is there a measurement that happens at the time of pickup to ensure, hey, this is actually this type of waste, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera?
Right, so there's two ways we can go about this. One is, you know, the waste driver can come directly to your house and then be able to say, we'll have sensors on board the truck saying, you know, this is 100 pounds of X, Y, and Z, right? Or, as you mentioned, we can have community pickup areas where users will be able to go and dump their waste, say, label it, Aiden Pinto dumped 100 pounds of waste, and then we'll send an eco driver to go pick that up. So by doing that, it's also better for the environment, you know, reducing the amount of trips and carbon emissions through the pickup process. So thank you, that's a great point.
Actually, you segue perfectly into my question. So waste pickup can vary quite a lot based on where you are. And in my town, twice a week, the garbage truck comes along and it runs a specific route, and everybody puts their trash out at the corner, on the curb, and they come around and pick it up.
Right.
That's actually very efficient as far as carbon emission is concerned, because they are only going twice a week and they just drive the street.
Right.
It's not like, okay, today I'm going to pick up house number 10, and tomorrow I'm going to go back and I'm going to pick up house number 20. I think I need a little more explanation as to how this is going to be more efficient and carbon neutral.
Sure, thank you. That's a great question. So let me go back to the slide with where you can schedule a pickup so I can better explain it. So on this slide, you'll see, Monday, for example, has 3 pickup times. So we'll offer a service where, say, there's 5 pickup times per day, and users can schedule that. If we get enough volume, say, we'll organize areas by a schooling district or your zip code. Once we have enough volume in that areas, then we'll go out and send a truck. And another thing thank you for mentioning that, is we can contribute to a greener climate using EV vehicles or new EV recycling trucks. So we're trying to minimize the environmental impact while also contributing to a cleaner environment by picking up that excess waste that you mentioned. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
My question is, I think it kind of is breaking off of your question, but thank you. So in terms of, say, I just want to drop it off myself. Am I able to do that, 1? And then 2, am I able to say, how would that be, if I'm able to do that, how would I then be able to verify so that I can start to accumulate some of these reward points as kind of this app allows you to do multiple things, right? So can you speak to that at all?
Yeah, thank you. That's a great question. So one of the ways we can do that is partnering with the local waste management services and, say, recycling facilities or waste management facilities, where you can say, or you can even sign up through our application, be an eco-driver. But say, you're just a user and you want to go, say, donate or, put away 100 pounds of garbage. You can do that by going to your local facility and saying, I'm an EcoSmart user, and they'll know, okay, what's your name? What plan are you on? How are you going to be able to earn these rewards? So then through our partnership with those local communities and local facilities, we'll be able to track your waste. It's the same way, you mentioned it, it's the same way. We'll have sensors, or we'll have a service where we partner with those local waste management companies in exchange for data. And the data that they give us is the data that we feed back to you in terms of your rewards or your waste tracker.
Thank you.
Of course.
Okay, that's time. Oh. Real quick question. So really, you want people to be throwing away as little stuff as possible, right? You want to reduce consumerism.
Right.
But it sounds like you get the rewards for throwing out more stuff.
Right, so the way our reward system is actually intended to work is that we want people to dispose of waste more responsibly through our app. So the more waste you dispose of using our app, which is more responsibly, because, as I mentioned, we're increasing diversion rates by taking specific waste to specific places. It actually, in turn, contributes to a greener climate where, say you produced 100 pounds of recycled waste, but instead of going to a recycling facility, it's rotting in a landfill. With our app, the more recycled waste you dispose of correctly, the more it goes into being recycled into, for example, a new product. So that's a great question, and our actually app and strategy is not only allowing the user to dispose of more waste in general, but do it more responsibly. Thank you.
All right, and that brings us to our last contestant, Grace Ryan, and her business idea is Legally Chic Clothing.
Hello everyone, my name is Grace Ryan, and I can still remember a time that I was standing backstage at the Future Business Leaders of America State Leadership Conference, and instead of being excited about the prospect of eventually becoming a state runner-up, I was instead worried about the fact that my dress was half an inch too short. Because FBLA and many other business-related projects offer a very strict dress code specifically focused towards women, it is very hard to find clothing that fits within the dress code while also allowing you to embrace your sense of style. For example, the dress I'm wearing currently would not fit the FBLA standards, even though it's very pretty and makes me feel confident. It's especially hard to find pants, skirts, and dresses that fit these dress codes while also allowing you to embrace your sense of style. Women are also encouraged to dress in very drab tones and kind of hide their femininity in colors like gray and black, instead of dressing like Elle Woods in pink or Attorney Martinez. Attorney Martinez is a lawyer who was actually fired from her law firm for wearing too much pink. Instead, she turned around and started her own law firm where everyone wore pink, and she ended up beating her old employer in many cases. I don't know why the slide isn't working, but the products that we offer are dresses, skirts, blazers, and pants. Perfect. For example, a blazer would offer different sleeve lengths, so that way someone who's short wouldn't have sleeves that are too long, making them look unprofessional and like they were unprepared for the business presentation or for work. And these are actual designs that I created. Oh, there we go. My products will be all available online as well as in department stores, because many people go to department stores looking to find affordable clothing for business. So why not an in-person store? In-person stores have high startup costs and high monthly costs, even when your business isn't necessarily doing as well. They're also harder for new consumers to discover, whereas an online store can easily be found with a quick Google search. Our main focus is going to be on females, specifically Generation Z and millennials, a younger audience, like college students and high school students such as myself, or those starting out in their first job. This will also be a focus on people who are career-oriented, who also want to embrace their sense of fashion and flair. My products will be available nationwide and eventually extend to international. So my main competitors include Lilly Pulitzer, Ann Taylor, and Shein. Lilly Pulitzer offers very bright colors. However, they have very high prices, and they don't have a focus on business wear. Ann Taylor does have a focus on business wear, but they do not have the same color options that we offer, and they also have very, like a target audience is much older than our target audience. Shein offers many colors and very wide selections, but their low prices are coupled with low quality, and their products are not ethically made or made in the United States, unlike ours. I would choose to be an S corporation to protect my personal assets and also to make it easier to attract investors. So, is this profitable? Yes. There's a $400 billion fashion industry, and I believe there's a gap for women who are looking to find clothing that make them feel confident in their own bodies. The initial costs are only going to be very low because we are going to use Shopify to create an e-commerce store, and then this will leave room for other costs such as personalized packaging to make the experience more personalized for each person, as well as insurance, legal filing, and other expenses. This will be self-funded and using investors for the first year, and then after 1 full year in operation, we hope to qualify for the New Jersey Small Business Fund. This is a fund that is offered to female-owned businesses who have been in operation for a year or more and have under $3 million in revenue. We have a multifaceted marketing strategy, including TikTok with influencers like Attorney Martinez, who I mentioned earlier, whose ideas align with our message, Instagram to attack that mid-range audience with exclusive behind-the-scene content of photo shoots and other products, and Facebook with targeted ads for people who we think would be great fits for our product. This is an overall company description, including our goals, our mission, and our logo. I chose a flamingo for the logo because I've always associated myself with flamingos. Flamingos automatically stand out, but they show that standing out can be beautiful and a sign of being elegant, and this is what we want to show our consumers. Standing out doesn't make you any less professional than anyone else. Thank you for listening. Do you have any questions?
Thank you very much. Great presentation. Just to make sure I was understanding correctly, you had spoken about sleeve length before. Were you alluding to a tailored fit, or is it more so a different cut?
Yeah, so it's going to be like you are going to be able to pick from different sleeves lengths, like short, medium, and long. And then for an additional fee, you'd be able to put in like your exact sizing, so that way we could like tailor it specifically to you.
Got it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I mean, that's a great idea because pants come in short, long, and your arms are proportional to your legs. So why don't jackets come that way? Great point. So first of all, I love your logo. I think it was very nicely done. You mentioned that you were going to be producing in the United States. Have you figured out exactly where and and the costs involved in the.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to go back to my slide. Okay, if I go back to my profitability slide, there's a company called Makers Row, and basically they like align you with different factories throughout the United States. So I could show them, like for example, this dress. I put it out there and I find a factory in the United States that would be able to manufacture that product for me. And that also allows me to use like different factories for different types of products that have like more of a focus. Like if there's a certain factory that creates better blazers, I can use them solely for blazers. And then when I'm going on to something else, that way I can ensure that we have the greatest quality as well as offering many wide selections. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, so Makers Row is kind of like an intermediary that will help you find the right producer for the particular design you've created.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great job so far. My question, back to influencer marketing. So I saw that you've, had a couple of folks there already, and I'm curious to know, have you thought through how you would intend to use influencers, right? So for example, there are different strategies that you can use influencers for, right? You can either have them make a video, give them full autonomy, or you can give them a script and let them, hey, this is what I want you to do, I want you to say. You can have them post it on their site, or you can post it on your own site. So just I'm throwing out some ideas. I'm very curious to understand if you put some thinking into how exactly you would use these influencers.
Yeah, so I definitely have. I think when it comes to TikTok, it's like PR packages are a very big thing. So if I was using Attorney Martinez as my example, I would create a package for her, like based on things I think she would like, and I would send it to her, and I would ask her to give her honest opinion. I want it to be like a very authentic experience. Like even when it comes to an influencer, I don't want them reading off a script, because if she gives me negative feedback, I will take that into account, and I would use that to grow, and then maybe she would give me a second chance in the future and show her audience that this is a real brand. This is someone that we're small and we want to grow. So that positive feedback is gonna be something that's helpful, as even the negative. You can't just tell someone, I'll pay you this much money and you tell everyone it's great if it's not, because then they're all gonna buy it and find out that it's not what they expected, and that's not something that I want.
Thank you. I'll say this and I'll pass the mic. This is not a question, but more so a comment in that I agree, and that you want to remain authentic and true, because us as consumers, we know and feel that, as you've probably experienced in different influencers, that you gravitate towards, right? So that's why typically they'll say it's better to boost content on the influencer's account rather than on the actual brand account, because the authenticity to it, and everyone who's actually, as consumers, you're going to resonate a little bit more. So that's a little bit of advice that I'll give you. But thank you.
Yeah, definitely. And just as a comment, I feel like I'm more likely to listen to an influencer that I know is giving their honest feedback. So if I see negative feedback, I might actually be more likely to purchase it, because I know that they haven't just been like paid to say a certain thing. So I agree.
Hi, great job. I personally love color, so this would be great for me. I was wondering, so you had a lot of designs up there. Those are all designs you made, or majority of what you had up there was designs you made? Okay. Have you tried to get anything into production yet? Have you had like an initial round with anything, or is this more like idea and design right now?
Right now we're in like the design process, because I would like hopefully have an investor before I would start actually creating anything, because I don't want to like start sending things to the factories and like tell them that I'm creating something and then not create it. So I would probably wait until I have an actual investor, but that is definitely something that I need to start working on.
Great, thank you.
Anything else? Also, I do like your blazer, by the way.
All good, thank you very much.
Wow, was that impressive? Long but impressive, right? Let's have a round of applause for everyone. Okay, now, the next step. Judges, please, Elizabeth, I'll let you escort everyone to room 132, where you will deliberate for about 15 minutes, and hopefully that will be sufficient time for you to come up with the winners. Right, in the meantime, Audience Choice Award. Sid Kapoor, a round of applause for Sid, who's the president of our entrepreneurship club and our technician, and also has his own business. And he is going to give the Audience Choice Award. He's going to explain how it's going to work. He's going to put up a slide that will allow you to vote for your favorite finalist, and live stream, members of the live stream audience, you can vote as well. The voting will be short. It will only last for 5 minutes, and then we will play a video, and then if the judges aren't back by then, a little break, and then the judges will come back and we'll have our winners. So good luck to everyone, and everyone now, your vote counts for the Audience Choice Award. Sid, take it away.
So we got 2 ideas that talk about posture correction. So I was sitting there the whole time thinking about that, and I was like, oh. But other than that, I'm going to put up a slide. It's going to be a QR code. You guys could take out your phones, scan it, vote for your favorite pitch, and yep, and that'll be up for 5 minutes. I'll put it up soon. Oh yeah, good job to all the pitches. That was awesome. Let me know if this works. We got it up. Any errors? Perfect. All right, we got a new form up, so I would recommend voting again. Dude, these mics are nice. It works from back here. You want a picture up here or something? I would use, yeah, I would look at SHU guest. Yeah, we got time, so. If it doesn't work, we may have to go outside and do it. Oh, no, I was last time. 537 responses. See? Yeah, that's spot on. Oh, yeah, it's everybody online. There's no shot. Wait, hold on, let me refresh.
Wow, I didn't know we were this popular, guys.
It's on Twitch.
Twitch, really?
No, I wish. Oh, that would have been cool.
It's probably streaming on some of their school websites.
Yeah. With like 200 users.
And growing.
I did not make this. Okay, I'm showing this off. I can't watch this. Alright, how do I do that?
Don't accidentally expose the winner.
Great.
It's probably just loading in. Capped 764.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, there is.
It's in one of the teams. If it's not here, I think it's
When Seton Hall first opened its doors in 1856, its founder envisioned the university as a place where faith could be nurtured and great minds could take flight. Today, Seton Hall has grown to become one of the country's leading Catholic universities. The Princeton Review, U.S. News and World Report, Forbes.
Is anybody thinking about applying to Seton Hall? Raise your hand. 1, 2, 3. All hands should be up, by the way. I don't know what we're doing here. 4. All right. Yeah, if you got, there you go. Anybody have questions about the school, what it's like? You know, I'll just talk for a bit and then I'll continue playing the video. But one of the reasons why I chose to come here was for the entrepreneurship program and the accelerators that we have. I have a software development company, and we essentially fast track software development by building pre-built modules, right? So what's the point of building a login page when you could just have a module already in place and you just drag it over, saving costs for entrepreneurs and especially young startups, right? And the value that I got from the school was the fact that they could connect me with VCs and investors, as well as the one-on-one connection that I have with Professor Sherrick, hence why I'm doing the IT here. But you won't get this sort of level of attention, let's say if you go to Rutgers or NJIT, right? Unless, especially for entrepreneurship. Any questions, though, about applying? None? All right, I'll just play the video. All right.
Money and Bloomberg Business Week have all recognized Seton Hall for its academic excellence. Home to nearly 10,000 undergraduate and graduate students who are taught by world-class faculty, Seton Hall transforms great minds into great achievers. Our professors shine in the classroom as well as in the lab, sharing their expertise with students that are hungry to learn. And with small class sizes, students get the individualized attention they deserve and are able to engage in scholarship and research alongside faculty as early as their freshman year. Over the last decade, our students, faculty, and alumni have received dozens of prestigious scholarships. including Rhodes, Fulbright, Guggenheim, Truman, Pickering, and Boren Awards. Our interprofessional health sciences campus houses our College of Nursing and School of Health and Medical Sciences, as well as the Hackensack Meridian School of Medicine at Seton Hall. This state-of-the-art facility is a hub for healthcare education and research, and will lead the way for truly integrated, patient-centered healthcare. And when our students aren't studying, working out at the recreation center, or enjoying our beautiful South Orange campus, they can be found rooting for their favorite pirate sports teams. Our student athletes compete against some of the nation's best teams in the high-powered Big East Conference. Whether on the court or in the classroom, our students learn by doing. So it's not surprising that 81% of our undergraduates complete internships. Many complete more than one internship, and our graduates find employment at a rate 20% higher than the national average. Freshman year, our Career Center starts working with students, giving them a distinct advantage. As a result, International Business Times recently named Seton Hall to its list of top 5 universities for undergraduate internships, along with the University of Pennsylvania and Duke. With New York City just 14 miles away and a powerhouse corporate corridor in New Jersey, our students have found employment or internships at prestigious companies such as Goldman Sachs, Merck, ABC, and the Secret Service. Seton Hall is also committed to keeping college affordable. That's why 98% of students receive financial aid, and Affordable Colleges Online ranks us one of the best schools for a return on investment. BuzzFeed calls us one of the top 25 schools for students who get the highest paying jobs for the smallest investment. And we are especially proud that Seton Hall continues to be committed to its core mission as a Catholic university that provides a welcoming and diverse community and fosters servant leadership. Last year, our students performed more than 40,000 hours of community service locally, nationally, and around the globe. With remarkable dedication and a singleness of purpose, Elizabeth Ann Seton, the first American-born saint, helped lay the foundation for the Catholic educational system in the United States. Today, the university that bears her name follows that example, solidifying its place among America's premier Catholic universities. The energy and excitement of our continued success propels us forward, with a staunch belief in the unlimited potential of our students and graduates. This is Seton Hall's moment. We are showing the world what great minds can do. Join us and show what you can do. Go Pirates!
I'm sure we have more questions now, right? No, okay. Cool. How's everyone's day going? It's going good? It's going good? Less nervous than the start because it's over, right? Sure. It was one of that and the Leadership Institute I found out about when I came on my tour here. I was not really thinking about applying to Seton Hall, right? But, you know, the Blue Crew does a great job, and they gave us a tour of the place, and they were talking about some of the programs there that we've got, including the nursing campus, and then someone spoke about the Leadership Institute, and then spoke about the entrepreneurship program. And I was like, oh, that's 2 in 1, you know, that's fantastic. All right. Go. Yeah, I guess to keep going off your point, you're not, like, even when you go to Rutgers, you're not going to find this level of attention that Professor Sherrick has given me, the Leadership Institute's given me. My business actually started as a documentation generator, right, for, let's say, software development companies. You know, before I get a contract, I need a detailed list of what's required of that project. And I started with that, but Professor Sherrick has a very good eye for this sort of stuff. She's been in the business for 20 plus years, along with Mark Schild, who just spoke, Anthony Garcia, and they helped me pivot it to my successful business, which is today, right? And I wouldn't have been able to do it with that amount of attention I got. So I if anything, you know, if you really care about that one-on-one-ness, you're funny. You're really funny. In the entrepreneurship program, I'd say like 30, 40, right? 30, 40, and for the accelerator that we're working with, it's gonna be a select few from that crew, right? So if we're gonna be working with basically this one guy, he's a VC, right? And he also goes to University of Columbia and does stuff there, but he likes the one-on-one attention he gets at Seton Hall. That's why he's contributing here. And what he wants to do and is doing with students is developing their idea to something that is scalable, right? That's the key thing about businesses, is that scalability, right? You can make, you know, getting a first customer is huge. It's huge. It means that there's validity in your product, right? But then getting it to that next step is scalability, and that's what he really helps you build. And Professor Sherrick's very good at validating your idea or invalidating it, you know? Yeah. Absolutely not, no. Just to join, it's like a club. So I'm the president of the club. And yeah, we accept everybody from all majors, all interests. But to get to that next point, right, you know, you have to show a level of interest and commitment to your business, and then you get into the accelerator, right? And for the Leadership Institute, I think that's fantastic too. Lots of real world problems, they give you an idea, or they give you a few words on a board and they just tell you go figure it out, right? That sort of mindset. Taught me a lot about like teamwork and project management. It was great stuff. Sure, yeah. I'm going to start with other schools and just talk about that. So for example, you know, I have a couple buddies in Rutgers, but they're having a very tough time getting those research projects with professors. Right now, we just got accepted, or we're working with I-Corps. Are you familiar with that? Okay, but it's a government-funded program where they will fund directly student projects. So Seton Hall is an affiliate of that. And essentially, if you have an idea or if a professor has an idea, they can apply for the I-Corps program, and you get up to, I think, $1,500 for the first round, and then you move on to the second round, that's $30,000. And then it goes up from there, right? And essentially, you're asked to do you know, research subjects. I think the first bit is the 10 interview questions. So we have a professor here that is working on creating this chemical compound that gets rid of barnacles on ships. We have another one that's creating some chemical for a specific type of cancer, right? So we've got some interesting things going on here, and we've got very good connections with people that give away grants, right? So, and once again, you get that one-on-one experience. Awesome. A traveling program? Yeah, we've got a ton of those. So we use Spain, India. I went to South Korea. Fantastic experience. And whatever timeline you're looking for, we've got that. So if you want to do a week abroad, that's there. We've got semester abroad, and we got a summer abroad trip. I think Morocco's another one. Great. Awesome. I don't know how much longer this is going to take, but but I mean, it was a very competitive pool of applicants, or or finalists, and that's good. Oh, there it is. All right, I will forfeit this.
Good afternoon. Oops, sorry. Sorry about that. I don't usually have a microphone in my classroom, so I'm not used to this. Anyway, thank you so much, all of you. You must be just so proud of all your students. They are amazing, and they give me such hope for the future. The next generation is really amazing, and they made our jobs as judges really hard. Some of the things we took into account were what was the problem that that product or service was going to help solve? Did the candidate explain it really well? What kind of value were they going to be creating for their customers? And what kind of value were they going to create for themselves as the entrepreneur? Because don't forget, as an entrepreneur, you need to reward yourself for all the hard work and risk that you take when you start a business or a nonprofit. We also took into consideration the target market and the competition, who else is in that space and who else is also trying to address the same needs of the customer. So all of the presentations were fabulous, made our job very difficult, but we finally did come to a resolution, and I believe, and now Susan is going to announce the winners.
First of all, everyone, so blown away by the quality, the high quality, the originality, the different ideas, okay? So first of all, Audience Choice Award, Carolyn Kiernan and Stressless. Okay. Carolyn, can you come to the stage? As you know, we only have a first and second place prize, but in some years, the judging is so close, that we create an honorable mention because we want to recognize the high quality. In fact, you could all get that. However, we're going to give one honorable mention to Grace Rhine and Legally Chic. And Grace, we don't have a big check for you, but we will give you a $100 award because it was really outstanding. So if you want to come. And now, Jeffrey Liu and Rememo. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right, Jeffrey, but congratulations. You're a second place prize winner. And now for our first place winner, Mohammed in Hydrofrost.
Next, you're gonna have to sell some gloves. Who's taking a picture right now? Yeah, I don't know where to clip it. You can twist it. Big brain smoke.
Especially when